G'day guys and gal. Crusades in Warhammer 40k are usually pretty fun for the good guys. The Great Crusade reconquered the galaxy for mankind. The Indomitus Crusade brought back the Imperium from the brink and beat back the darkness of chaos. But not all crusades are a good time for the good guys. The Shadow Crusade was a horrific campaign by the Wordbearers and World Eaters that completely and painfully genocided dozens of innocent worlds in Ultramar in order to fuel an extremely spicy chaos ritual. Every person that died fueled the ritual, with people that died in fear and agony adding extra fuel to the flame. Billions of non-combatant men, women, and children butchered by the sons of Angron, whilst Lorgar's kitty fiddlers did even worse. It was easily the most shocking string of war crimes in the entire Horus Heresy. Not even Conrad Curse got close to their tally of violations, and he tried really hard. The Shadow Crusade had an extremely spicy ending as well, something you don't want to miss out on. Before we get started, Today we'll go over the Shadow Crusade, detailing its purpose, its key battles, what it accomplished, and how it finally ended. Let's get into it. When the heresy broke out, Lorgar became a bit strange and obsessive with chaos. He may have had his moments where he seemed reasonable or sane, but no, like he was fucking cooked the entire time. However, don't mistake cookery for foolishness. Lorgar and Horus both knew that in a fair fight, the traitor legions didn't stand a chance. The loyalist forces were just straight up better, and it didn't help that chaos had fractured the sanity of many traitor forces. Hence why the traitors did the Isstvan massacre, and why Lorgar attempted to cut the galaxy in half with a mega warp storm that would prevent most of the loyalist forces from reaching Terra in time to save the Emperor. Creating a mega galaxy sundering warp storm isn't that easy though. Lorgar had to do a lot of shit to achieve it. He devised the plan. By going to Ultramar and causing an extremely high amount of death and suffering, the warp could bleed into real space and create the Ruin Storm, the Super Warp Storm. To do this, Lorgar enlisted the help of Angron and his World Eaters. Now that might sound like a shitty idea, however no one causes death like Angron does, and Lorgar saw that Angron's brain nails were killing him, hence he wanted to try find a way to save Angron during their time together. The Shadow Crusade kicks off by Lorgar sending Erebus, Corpheron, and 50,000 Wordbearers to attack the ultramarine world of Calth, where the Ultramarines were gathering in force, unaware that the Wordbearers had come to fuck them up. The goal was to overload Calth's sun using Calth's orbital weapons network, flensing the planet of life and massacring the Ultramarine Legion as well as Guilliman. At the same time, Captain Zadkiel, as well as one of 3 Mega Abyssal class warships, a warship greater than even the Gloriana class which Lorgar had commissioned in private, went to Macragge to take out the capital of Ultramar. Lorgar and Angron would then divide their fleet further to cover more ground whilst they took both their flagships and the remaining 2 Abyssal class ships to attack Armatura, more or less the Ultramarines' barracks, home to their most elite warriors, weapons, and training facilities. It was quite literally called the War World and was considered to be unbreakable. By devastating these 3 key worlds, as well as dozens more that would be taken out by the splinter fleets that Lorgar and Angron had sent off, they could create a string of cracks in real space that upon completing a final ritual would bring forth the Ruin Storm and also kill the Ultramarines Legion. Overall, it was actually a pretty fucking good plan, easily one of the Traitor Legion's best, that could and nearly did win the war for Horus. However, the plan didn't take one key thing into account.